I know what you're thinking. Oh look, another big three-row crossover. But don't dismiss the new Mercedes GLS so quickly. This is Benz's biggest, most luxurious SUV ever. Think of it as an S-Class with 3 rows. It's sharply styled on the outside, loaded with comfort and tech on the inside, and as we'll show you in a few minutes, surprisingly good off-road. Now granted, Mercedes does have a bit of a head start over Bavaria's big boy. The GLS has been around since the mid-2000s, but don't think the company has gotten complacent. Top to bottom, this new GLS is one of the best 3-row crossovers money can buy. Let's take a look. So I'll preface this by saying I really like the way the BMW X7 looks, but in person, the GLS is arguably the better looking 3-row of the two. Here it gets the big rounded grille with the silver trim pieces from the GLE and other Mercedes SUVs. But with the AMG package and the black accents, it looks really nice against this bright red paint job. And then there's the wheels. These 23-inch 10-spoke AMG wheels are the biggest set available, and probably our favorite. They fit the sharp styling of the GLS exceptionally well. The GLS isn't exactly a showstopper from the back, but much like most modern Mercedes products, it still looks good. The same slim LED taillights and silver accent piece from the smaller GLE carry over, as do the dual exhaust tips. Like any new Mercedes product, the GLS comes with the latest MBUX infotainment setup, which includes these two massive 12.3-inch screens. Now, of course, this one is a touchscreen and this one is configurable via the steering wheel controls, but you can also use this nifty little touchpad below to scroll through the settings. Now, this system is notorious for having more menus and settings and options than you'll ever know what to do with. So, for example, this one has augmented reality navigation, Hey Mercedes voice activated control, and even gesture controls, which, assuming it's done correctly, this should turn on the driver's massage function. The only thing better than fiddling with the GLS's advanced new tech from the front seat is having access to it in the second row. And with the optional executive package, you do. That includes a 7-inch Android tablet with the entire MBUX catalog, so you can change the radio station, you can update navigation, all that fun stuff. And did I mention how comfortable these seats are? So much like the front seats, these are heated, cooled, and highly adjustable. Also, you get massage functionality via the tablet, and things like wireless charging, a window shade, and this massive panoramic sunroof, which is best in class. So when they say this is like the S-Class of SUVs, they're not kidding. Oh, hello from the third row, which granted is not the most comfortable seat in the house, especially if the second row passengers want to lean back, but it's not bad. You get this big window back here and a good view of the panoramic roof, and you also get 4 USB ports, part of the 11 total throughout the cabin, and 2 cup holders. So you can shove your kids back here and they'll be fine. The GLS might not be the sportiest SUV you can buy, but it's by far one of the most comfortable. Everything around me is what you expect of a Mercedes product. That is lots of leather, wood, aluminum finishes, all really high quality stuff. There isn't really any hard plastic to be found at all. If I had one thing to complain about, it's that the interior is a little busy, especially right in front of me. While the 12.3-inch screens are nice, there's a lot going on. Also, you get a lot of buttons and a lot of dials and controls down here where the touchpad is. These vents seem kind of useless, and I've never been a fan of the seat controls up on the door, to be totally honest. Sorry to disappoint, but the GLS doesn't drive like a sports car. Not that you should have expected that of a 3-row SUV. But it makes up for it with a big V8 that produces a best-in-class 483 horsepower. Not to mention all the available tech that reduces body roll and makes it generally pretty nice around the corners. One of the GLS's best features is the curve function. The air suspension moves the car left or right in a tight corner depending on which way you're going, which mitigates a lot of body roll that you typically find on big 3-row SUVs like this. Right now I'm driving the 580 model, which gets a standard 4-liter V8 and a best-in-class 483 horsepower. This also gets EQ boost that gives it extra torque off the line. Numbers are 516 pound-feet, which is a lot in a big SUV like this. There are actually 7 driving modes to choose from, which sounds like a lot. You get Sport Plus, you get Sport, you get Off-Road, and a few others. Right now we're in Comfort mode, which seems to be the best mode thus far. The GLS is really smooth and really comfortable on the road. You don't feel any imperfections, and the engine just glides along nicely without shifting too harshly. While the GLS comes with a ton of available on-road tech, it's shockingly good off-road too. The highlight is the e-active body control, which is essentially an advanced adjustable air suspension. With it, the GLS has a ride height of up to 8.5 inches, giving it the ability to wade water up to 23 inches and even jump itself out of tricky situations using rocking mode. Pair that with an available off-road package, which adds things like a metal underside, 2 off-road driving modes, hill descent control, and even a front-facing off-road camera, and the GLS can conquer pretty much anything. So let's go through the checklist. Style, check. Comfort, check. Technology, check. The new Mercedes-Benz GLS ticks off all the appropriate boxes. It's class-leading comfortable from any seat and loaded with tech like augmented reality navigation and active body control. And at $75,000 to start, it probably should have all that equipment. This one, with the AMG package, is a little pricier, but we think it's worth every penny. Granted, with all the competitors in the segment now, the GLS has its work cut out for it. But with all the improvements, it definitely is up to the task.